he is also able to do it in a way that even the youngest and the fittest of us nod off. However, thinking that there might be more to Ray, although not entirely sure, I consulted with many of our Rotary members to provide me with their own thoughts. Most often, other members referred to among Ray's laudable characteristics that he is a gentleman. It occurred to me that I was not exactly sure of the definition of a gentleman. So, particularly me. So I purchased a guide to instruct me whether Ray is truly a gentleman, as so many of us seem to have thought. I show you the book. It's How to Be a Gentleman, a Timely Guide to Timeless Manners. So Ray, let's go through. I am disappointed to say that it has now been revealed to me, and I therefore disclose to all of you, that one could take issue with whether Ray is in fact a gentleman. For example, on page 184, we find a gentleman does not lie on his resume. Consider this. What resume? From the outset, Ray has never provided us with a resume at all.
It was just a Rotary application.
His not providing a resume, is it not equal to a sin, equal to lying on the resume? I'm just asking the question. Another example. On page 185, a gentleman writes thank you notes. He knows that an email, no matter how hard he has labored in working it, may seem little more than an afterthought. I ask you, haven't all your messages from Ray, in fact, been emails? Have we all thus been the victims of Ray's afterthought?
Oh my God.
But it gets worse. If a gentleman drinks the last cup of coffee, he makes a new pot, the book tells us. You have no doubt seen Ray drink coffee at various Rotary events. Have you ever seen him check to see if the coffee pot has run out? Have you ever seen him actually make a new pot of coffee? I think not. So the case against Ray mounts. Here's a rule that will hit close to all of us. Page 192. When a gentleman entertains, it is his responsibility to pick up the tab. If he knows his guest is likely to attempt to pay the bill, a gentleman makes sure ahead of time that the server will present the gentleman with the bill, and it will not be presented to the guest. This question comes immediately to mind. Have you ever seen Ray reach over as you present your credit card to Treasurer Steve and say to you, please, Bill, or John, or Ada, in the next few minutes I will be talking and talking and talking. One might even confuse it with an Icelandic saga. I will thus be entertaining you regardless of what you call it. You are thus my guest, and I will pay this bill. He should then snatch your credit card, hand it back to you, and present his own credit card to Treasurer Steve. And I dare say this has never happened to me.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, right.
I can back you up on that.
Thank you, Steve.
I could not leave this subject without pointing to one gentleman's rule that Ray no doubt steadfastly obeys. Page 200. If a gentleman is pressured for time, he has someone else to clean his house for him. I am sure that Ray's lovely wife, Angela, is familiar with this rule because Ray believes himself to be a gentleman and he urges her to follow it.
Thank you, hon.
Therefore, my task is complete. I have set forth the evidence, page by page, of the rule book, so that we could determine whether Ray is a gentleman, and surely the rest is up to
Still my
you.
friend.
But in finishing, I am duty-bound to point out that Ray's last name is Avanzino. It is an Italian name. Its meaning in Italian is leftover.
Those are the best. Leftovers are the best.
His last name, therefore, seems particularly appropriate at this time in Ray's life. He is now a past president. By virtue of his own name, it would not be inappropriate to refer to him as Ray Leftover.
Hasn't been going all year.
Congratulations on a great year, Ray, and whether leftover or not, we appreciate all you have done for Rotary this year and the many successes that you have brought to us.
Thank you.
Well done, Bill.